Hi, welcome to Planetary Calendars, Astro Portraits. I am Ralph Dimitas, one of the calendar's astrologers. This is part of our music series, and it's one of the abbreviated ones. We're looking at specific things at people's charts. This is the chart of Olivia Rodrigo, born at the first degree of Pisces, with Capricorn rising and a Libran moon. Now, we're looking at the specific things within people's charts that show up in very famous musicians or famous people. And in her case, it's interesting because she has the sun at 1 degree Pisces, but right out of sign, but in a different, at 28 degrees Aquarius, she has Uranus. And that Uranus is always significant, it seems like, with people become very famous. Okay? Uranus at 28 degrees Aquarius, it gives sizzle to her personality. And yet she's born at 1 degree Pisces. Interestingly, the same degree as Rihanna. She has Capricorn rising, which is usually a very reserved sign. It tends to make people have a very kind of a deep, dark coloring. But she has Venus there rising at 18 degrees, conjunct Chiron. It's interesting. It means there's a certain sense of being wounded in her personality. That's what, in terms of how she approaches the world. It gives her a certain wisdom and sensitivity, even though she was born in 2003. She's young. And in fact, doing a chart like hers is hard because you don't have a long lifespan to say, oh, well, this is what they did at different ages. She has the moon highly elevated in Libra, the sign of the arts, the extrovert version of, creating balance and harmony. Conjunct Vesta, the quintessential female energy of having a mission. So it's in the 10th house with the midheaven. Having a career was a mission for her, but it also means that in her work, she comes across as the quintessential female with the moon, one of the most feminine of the planets. In Libra, Venus ruled, right, conjunct the midheaven. So this is, the pattern's very strong here, but this means we have to go back and we have to look at the Venus. Well, there's the Venus in Capricorn, right, rising. So it comes across very evidently that she's a girl, but right above the rising, okay, in Sagittarius, she has Mars and Pluto conjunct. This is what's called the Gogolon spot. It's a different sign because she has the sun, the rising at 1 degree Capricorn. It's right above the rising. It's the rising planets. Mars conjunct Pluto is a very powerful position. And it's funny, we have a bunch of artists, musicians who have this position. It gives them tremendous physical energy. And it's right at the rising where Mars likes to be. Mars likes being right at the rising. It's in Sagittarius, a Jupiter-ruled sign, very enthusiastic. She has Jupiter and Leo in the 8th house. It's a strong Leo, a strong Jupiter. But she has a lot of energy. Now, all this is really great, okay? But why does she become so successful so young? It drove me crazy. I kept looking at this and thinking, yeah, she's got part of fortune in the 5th house. Okay, that's the house of creativity and the sign of music and Taurus. But why does she become successful so young? And then I looked at it and I realized, wow. Her chart basically goes from Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. These are the last 4 signs of the zodiac. These are also the signs in which the outer planets right now are all hanging out. We had Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius, right? We have Pluto in Capricorn. Jupiter just moved into Pisces. These outer planets, have to do with, our experience of the outer world. And for people who are big fans, especially of that generation of musicians, their whole life is being lived on social media, on websites, on Entertainment Tonight, and the website versions of this, and all the stuff out there in the world. Good Morning America. It's all the pop entertainment. They're all focused out there, and she is the quintessential example of that world. She's not an intimate, close kind of person. Her whole life is lived in that realm. That's why she's so popular. She is a creation, and to a certain extent, a creature of that environment. She's a girl of her times. So it's a fascinating chart, and it's so different from so many of the other charts we've looked at so far. And it'll be interesting to see, how her career evolves over time. So that's the chart of Olivia Rodrigo. Please come see us at planetarycalendar.com so you can find your planetary calendar and your books. You can also find us at Planetary Calendar Astrology on YouTube, where we do our portraits every Tuesday. We do our forecasts on every Friday. And when you go there, please subscribe and push that little bell so you get reminded, so you'll have an idea of what's going on when the forecasts pop up. Until next time, be well.